Hi there and welcome back to my channel. This is Sean, the Honest Book Reviewer, with another book review. In this video, we're discussing The #1 Ladies Detective Agency, written by Alexander McCall Smith. It's a cozy mystery set in Botswana, and the setting's unique. I've not read a cozy mystery set in Botswana before, and I know this series is long running, so it's taken me a long time to get to this book. But I found this book not that good. It's got great reviews, many people love it, but this book for me didn't work that well. Like many of the author's books, it's not really a mystery. It's more about philosophy, more about people than the mystery. Many cozy mysteries kind of are about people anyway. That's part of the enjoyment about cozy mysteries. But in this book, the people, the setting, didn't grab me as much as most cozy mysteries do. I have read many books in the Isabel Dalhousie series as well, as written by the same author. And like this series, the other series is also more about philosophy. And it really is, because the Isabel Dalhousie series is primarily about philosophy anyway. But that series as well was meant to be a cozy mystery series, and the mysteries are just, second fiddle to everything else, even third fiddle, because the mysteries don't really play a big part in those books. In this book, the mysteries are a bit more prominent, so it's a different thing, but they weren't that good to me. It felt like more just like short stories stitched together. That's what it felt like in this book. That's how I thought of it when I read this. So our main character, Precious Ramotswe, is a private detective. Now, I'm not sure how one becomes a PI in Botswana. You would think there'd be some sort of registration, some sort of, even training scheme, or you got to work for another PI for a while to get your license, that sort of thing. That happens in other countries. You think that would happen in this country as well? I'm not sure. And it's not told to us in this book. Our main character just starts a business and she becomes a PI. So I would like that background actually to how she became a PI. Is it that easy in Botswana? We'll never know. I did try to find out on Google, but couldn't find out the information. So I'd like somebody to tell me if they do know. Maybe I'll look at Reddit or something, because sometimes Reddit has more info than Google searches anyway. Anyway, our main character Precious is a PI, and she's starting out her company. Now, what was strange in this book is we get a bit of her at the start, but then we get a chapter or two about her father's whole life, it seems. That was a strange structure, because the first book in the series, why isn't it about the main character at the start and nobody else? Anyway, structure-wise, strange to me, but still many people enjoy this book. So Precious is a PI, she has a new secretary, and I enjoy that character in the book. Even though we don't get to see a lot about her, I do enjoy her in the story. And Precious is an okay character as well, just not fully engaging to me. She kind of feels like a character is written as a stereotype, the kind of wise, middle-aged woman who knows everything, who can sit back and solve things straight away. You get that in some sort of books. It's like a stereotype character who pops up now and then in different books here and there. That's what this character felt like to me. So the setting in this book, it didn't transport me to Botswana. It wasn't detailed enough, wasn't rich enough. I didn't feel like I was there. The author does describe some buildings and a bit of landscape, and it's mainly about Precious's backyard, it feels like in this book, more than landscape that's described. The author describes characters and the way characters behave. I'm assuming that's how characters behave in Botswana. I don't know. Kind of feels like they're a bit laid back, but sometimes they're also just have these kind of, cliche sayings going on a lot in the characters as well. I don't know if that's what happens in Botswana. I've never been there, but these characters just didn't really engage me that much, didn't thrill me. And the setting, I wasn't transported there. I didn't feel part of the scenes, part of the setting. I think the stories themselves, so I'm going to say stories because this book feels like short stories stitched together. I think the stories themselves were okay. Some were good. Some of those short cases were good. They were interesting. Not all of them. And overall, there's not enough there to really make me think this is amazing. I don't get there and read this book and finish it and think, oh, I want to read the next book straight away. Didn't have that feel to me. I do get this is a cozy mystery, and cozy mysteries feel different to normal mysteries. I get that. I read many cozy mysteries and I usually do enjoy them a lot. And usually in cozy mysteries, we have one main mystery that's for the whole book. Then we have maybe one small mystery, maybe two, that plays out in the book as well. But it's not usually like this, where you have kind of short story mysteries stitched together. And characters in cozy mysteries are usually a little bit more engaging to me. The characters in this book, not so much. And the mysteries in cozy mysteries aren't usually solved so easily. In this book, every mystery is just solved so easily. Usually solved by Precious just finding out quickly what's going on, talking to the culprit or the villain or whoever, and just explaining how they've done wrong and they accept it and everyone kind of turns away and moves on. That's what it felt like in this book. It was very odd to me how that all played out, how those mysteries were solved so quickly and so easily, and how nothing feels that dangerous in this book as well. Even in some cozy mysteries, there's a little bit of danger there for the main character. In this book, it just felt too easy. Everything was too easy. I'm really in two minds about this book. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. It's middle of the road. It just feels like one of those books that you can sit back and read, but you're not wowed by it. You don't throw it away and think how awful. It's just a good, comfortable book. Some things happen. They're not going to be amazing. We've got some good characters in there. Precious herself is a good character, not fully engaging, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with the character, nothing amazing about the character. She's just good. That's what this book feels like. Just good. Average good. Nothing that's going to make you think, why do they do that? And nothing that's going to make you think, oh wow, that's fantastic. That's how I felt about this book anyway. Precious is an interesting character, but I did not find her a compelling protagonist. I just didn't find her that engaging. There's nothing wrong with the character. There's nothing amazing about the character either. And maybe it's down to how the character's written, maybe how the whole book's written, because everything's too easy. Nothing there that's like a challenge for the character. The character herself does feel stubborn, does feel clever, but also feels like kind of that stereotype of a wise middle-aged person, a wise old person that knows everything, knows the answers to everything, and always thinks those answers are correct. Always offers advice to people because she thinks that other people don't know what they're doing. That's what I felt like with this character. Nothing wrong with that per se. Those type of characters pop up here and there in other books I've read in the past. But I don't know, it just didn't feel right with this book. I wanted more of a challenge for the character. I wanted to see how the character reacted in different kind of settings and different scenarios. But everything was too easy for the character in this book. Grace is the secretary in this book for the detective agency. As characters go, she's okay. We don't see much about her. I can't get a full picture of the character. What we do know is okay. Again, a character where nothing's wrong with the character, nothing's amazing with the character either. So another character that's middle of the road, and it's down to how the characters are written, how the characters are presented to us, the reader, in the book. Because I don't get a true sense, a full picture of the character at all in this first book in the series. Mr. J.L.B. Madiconi. Now, in this book, he's a good character. Probably the character I engaged with the most in the book. Now, I'm not sure why every time he's referred to in the book, anytime people talk to him as well, they say Mr. J.L.B. Madiconi every time. It seems very formal, very stilted. I'm not sure if that's how things happen in Botswana. I don't know. But in this book, it happens all the time. So anyway, the character, he's quirky, he's fun, and you need that in cozy mysteries. Cozy mysteries need a character that is a bit quirky and fun, and he plays that part. But I'm not sure why in this book, this character proposes to Precious more than once. There's not even a hint they have a relationship. It's out of the blue, and this feels very strange to me. It feels like the author's trying to force something in the book, force a direction. That's what it comes across like. It's out of place, feels out of character actually, feels quite odd. Now for a cozy mystery, this book didn't engage me that much, and for the first book in a cozy mystery, it kind of leaves me wondering what the rest of the series will be like. I rated it a 3 out of 5. Will I read the rest of the series? Well, I think I will. Because usually as a reader, when I read book 1, I feel compelled to read the rest of the series, just like what I am as a reader. But it will be low on my list of series to read in the future. I'll get to them eventually, but I'm not going to rush out and read them straight away. On my channel, I read many cozy mysteries. If you enjoy cozy mysteries, check out my channel and subscribe. On the screen now is a link to a video for another book I'm sure you'll enjoy.